A journey through the depths of Drake's mind. In the dark of night, when the city was asleep, Drake would often find himself wandering through the streets of Toronto, lost in thought. He was the sixth god, the king of the underground, and he had a reputation for being one of the most introspective and emotionally honest rappers in the game. As he walked the city lights casting long shadows behind him, Drake couldn't help but feel a sense of disconnection from the world around him. He had achieved unparalleled success, selling out shows and breaking records with ease, but despite all of his accomplishments, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. It was as if he was living in two different worlds, the world of the sixth god, where he was revered as a deity, and the world of Aubrey Graham, where he was just a regular guy from Toronto trying to make sense of his life. As he delved deeper into the underworld of his own mind, Drake began to confront the demons that had been haunting him for years. He thought about his childhood, growing up in a low-income neighborhood in Toronto, and the struggles he had faced to make a name for himself in the music industry. He thought about the relationships he had been in, the ones that had ended in heartbreak and the ones that had left him feeling empty and unfulfilled. He thought about the pressures of fame, the constant scrutiny and criticism, and the weight of expectation that came with being one of the most successful rappers in the world. As he navigated the twists and turns of his own mind, Drake began to realize that the sixth god was not just a persona or a character, but a symbol of his own inner strength and resilience. He was the sixth god because he had been through the fire and had come out the other side, scarred but stronger. The journey through the underworld of his own mind had been long and arduous, but it had also been transformative. Drake had emerged from the darkness with a newfound sense of purpose and clarity, ready to take on the world and share his message with the masses. As he stood on the edge of the city, looking out over the towering skyscrapers and the glittering lights of the nightlife, Drake felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. He was the sixth god, the king of the underground, and he was ready to take on whatever the world threw his way. The sixth god of the underworld had risen, and he was ready to shine.